You don't belong here. People like you need to leave, now! The store manager's voice echoes across Élite Boutique's marble floor, loud, deliberate, public. A black woman is being thrown out, not for stealing, not for causing a scene, for shopping while black. Olivia Sanders stands there, jeans, white tee, canvas sneakers, as security approaches, hands trembling, face burning, dozens of eyes watching her humiliation unfold. "Ma'am, this way." A guard's hand on her shoulder, firm, final. She walks toward the exit, each step a spectacle, each second an eternity. What he doesn't know, she's not who he thinks she is. What he doesn't know, she remembers everything, and what happens next will destroy him. This isn't revenge, this is justice. If you've ever been judged, dismissed, or humiliated because of how you look, drop a comment right now. Because what happens in the next 18 minutes will make you believe in karma again. You need to see how this ends. Tuesday morning starts like most mornings. Coffee, emails, the usual rhythm. Olivia sits at her kitchen table, laptop open, city traffic grinding through the streets below. At 9:15, the email arrives. Subject line, leadership announcement. She reads it twice, then sets her coffee down. The mug clinks against the wooden surface. Effective immediately, Olivia Sanders is promoted to Regional Director, Northeast Territory, Sterling Collective. She's earned this. 15 years in luxury retail, 3 cities, 2 recessions navigated, an MBA from a school that didn't take shortcuts. Her new territory, 12 stores, 83 employees, 1 city she knows well. Through the window, delivery trucks brake at red lights. Someone honks. The sounds of a city that never slows down. Olivia closes the email and opens her calendar. Meetings scheduled for the rest of the week. Store visits, strategy sessions, performance reviews. Her phone vibrates once, then again. Congratulations texts from colleagues who've seen the announcement. She replies to 3, leaves the rest for later. There's work to do. By noon, she's reviewed quarterly reports for all 12 locations. Sales trends, customer feedback, operational notes. One store catches her attention. Élite Boutique, Heritage Mall. Strong numbers, high conversion rate. But the customer satisfaction scores show inconsistencies. Some 5-star reviews, some 1-star complaints about unwelcoming staff. She makes a note, decides to visit unannounced, just to observe. At 2 p.m., she changes out of her work blazer, pulls on jeans and a white tee, canvas sneakers, no business attire, no name tag, no announcement. She wants to see the store the way a regular customer would, the way someone without a corporate title would be treated. Heritage Mall sits on the edge of downtown, glass facade, valet parking, stores with names that sound like European nobility. Olivia parks 2 blocks away and walks. The September sun feels warm on her shoulders. Inside the mall, the air shifts, cooler, quieter. Polished marble floors reflect overhead lights. Piano music drifts from somewhere unseen. A woman in heels clicks past, shopping bags swinging from both arms. She doesn't make eye contact. Élite Boutique is on the 2nd floor. Olivia takes the escalator, watches the store come into view. Glass doors, minimal signage, display windows showcasing handbags arranged like museum pieces. She adjusts the strap of her canvas bag, takes a breath, steps inside. The scent hits first. New leather mixed with something floral, expensive, the kind of fragrance pumped through vents to signal exclusivity. To the left, a wall of handbags. To the right, glass cases displaying watches and accessories. Straight ahead, a sales counter where 2 associates stand, both dressed in black. The store is quiet. Only 3 other customers visible. A woman in a business suit examines a wallet. Another browses scarves near the back. A man in a tailored coat speaks with a sales associate near the register. Olivia moves toward the handbag display. She doesn't touch anything, just looks. Prices are displayed on small cards. $800 for a wallet, $2,000 for a clutch, $5,000 for a structured tote. She picks up one of the price tags, studies it, sets it back down. Across the store, someone watches. Gregory Hayes notices her within 90 seconds. He's standing near the sales counter, reviewing something on a tablet. He glances up, sees Olivia. His gaze lingers. He says something to the associate beside him. Both turn to watch. Olivia doesn't notice yet. She's focused on a display of crossbody bags, compact, practical, well-made. Hayes sets the tablet down, crosses his arms, doesn't move toward her, just watches. The store feels different now, the air heavier. Élite Boutique sits on the second floor of Heritage Mall. Glass doors, polished marble. The kind of store designed to intimidate before you even enter. Olivia steps inside. The air conditioning hits first, then the scent. Leather, something floral. A woman in heels glides past, doesn't make eye contact. To the left, handbags displayed like art. To the right, glass cases with watches catching overhead light. She moves toward a display, doesn't touch anything, just looks. Gregory Hayes notices her within 90 seconds. He's standing near the sales counter, tablet in hand. He glances up, sees her, jeans, white tee, canvas sneakers. His gaze hardens. He says something to a sales associate. Both turn to watch. Olivia picks up a price tag, $800 for a wallet. She sets it back down, moves to another display. Hayes watches, shifts his position, moves closer to the exit, blocks the natural path. 2 minutes pass. 3. Olivia browses. Her sneakers squeak once on the marble. She adjusts the strap of her canvas bag. Across the store, Hayes says something else to the associate. The associate nods. Both continue watching. 4 minutes. 5. Another customer enters. White woman. Also in jeans and a t-shirt, carrying a backpack. A sales associate greets her immediately. "Good afternoon. Let me know if you need anything." Warm, welcoming. Olivia notices, says nothing. At 6 minutes, Hayes approaches. "Can I help you find something?" His voice isn't helpful. It's a question that isn't a question. Olivia turns, smiles politely. "Just browsing, thank you." "Are you looking for anything specific?" "Not at the moment." Silence. 2 seconds. 5. "Are you sure you're in the right store?" Olivia's smile fades. "Excuse me?" "This is a luxury boutique. Our items start at a certain price point." He gestures vaguely toward the displays. "Perhaps there's another store in the mall that would be more suitable." Another customer, Diane Brooks, mid-50s, shopping bags in hand, slows her walk. She's 10 feet away, listening. "I'm familiar with luxury retail," Olivia says. Her voice stays level, professional. "And I'm perfectly capable of shopping here." Hayes' expression doesn't change. "I understand, but we have standards to maintain, and I need to ensure that all our customers are serious buyers." "Are you asking if I can afford to shop here?" "I'm asking if you're making a purchase today." Diane Brooks has stopped walking entirely now. Her phone is in her hand. "I don't believe I need to justify my presence to you," Olivia says. Hayes straightens. "Ma'am, if you're not making a purchase, I'll need to ask you to leave." "On what grounds?" "Store policy." "What policy?" "We reserve the right to refuse service." Olivia takes a breath, considers her options. She could identify herself right now, show her corporate ID, end this immediately. But something stops her. She wants to see how far this goes. She wants documentation. "I'd like to speak to a manager," she says. Hayes smiles, not warmth, victory. "I am the manager." He gestures toward the door. One of the sales associates has moved closer, near the security phone. "If you're not making a purchase, I'll have to ask you to leave. This is a private establishment." Diane Brooks raises her phone, points it toward them. "This is unnecessary," Olivia says, not to Hayes. To the security guard now approaching. 2 men, radios crackling. She doesn't argue, doesn't shout, doesn't give them the scene they expect. One guard places a hand on her shoulder. Light pressure, but it's there. Olivia walks toward the exit. Her sneakers squeak twice more on the marble. Behind her, Hayes says to no one in particular, "We have to maintain standards." Outside the store, she stops, checks her watch, 2:41. The video is already uploading. Diane Brooks doesn't know Olivia Sanders, but she knows what she just witnessed. In the parking lot, she sits in her car and replays the video. 52 seconds. Timestamp 14:38. It shows Hayes gesturing toward the exit, shows security approaching, shows Olivia, calm, being guided out. Her face is clear. His face is clear. Diane opens Twitter, types, "Just watched a black woman get thrown out of Élite Boutique at Heritage Mall for not looking right. She was calm, polite, and did nothing wrong. This is 2024. This is unacceptable." She attaches the video, hits post. By 5:30 p.m., the video has 96 shares. Comments flood in. "This is disgusting. I know this store. She was so composed. I would have lost it. What was his reasoning? There wasn't one." By 6:15, 216 shares. Local activist accounts pick it up, retweet with commentary. "This is why we still need to talk about shopping while black. Élite Boutique, Heritage Mall. Y'all seeing this?" By 7 p.m., it's trending citywide. Hashtag starts forming, #elite, but not for everyone. News blogs notice. Video shows woman ejected from luxury store sparks outrage. Comments multiply. Hundreds, then thousands. What's the store's name again? Élite Boutique, part of Sterling Collective. Someone tag them. At Sterling Collective, your store manager just embarrassed your brand. Sterling Collective's social media team sees the mentions, sends an alert to corporate communications. By 7:30, the PR director is on a call with the VP of operations. We have a situation. Meanwhile, Olivia is home. She's changed into sweats, made dinner, sat down with her laptop. Her phone has been buzzing for hours. She's ignored most of it, but curiosity wins. She opens Twitter, sees her own face, reads the comments. The video has been viewed 43,000 times. She closes the app, opens a blank document, starts typing. Everything she remembers, timestamps, names, details, what Hayes said, how he said it. The tone, the implication, the security guard's hand on her shoulder. She writes for 20 minutes, saves the file, titles it, Incident Report, Élite Boutique, September 17th. Then she waits. At 8:03 p.m., her phone buzzes. Email notification from corporate. Subject, leadership announcement. She opens it. Reads the message sent to all 426 Sterling Collective employees. Effective immediately, Olivia Sanders has been promoted to Regional Director, Northeast Territory. Olivia brings 15 years of luxury retail expertise and will oversee operations for 12 stores, including flagship locations in Heritage Mall, Riverside Plaza, and Downtown Center. Please join us in congratulating Olivia on this well-deserved promotion. Below the text, her professional headshot, navy blazer, pearl earrings, confident smile, the same woman from the video. Olivia sets her phone down, picks up her laptop, checks Twitter again. People are already connecting the dots. Wait! Is that the same woman who just got promoted to regional director at Sterling Collective? Oh my God, yes. That's Olivia Sanders. She's about to be that manager's boss. This just got interesting. Plot twist of the century. He's done. She played it perfectly. Stayed calm, documented everything. Now she has receipts and authority. The retweets accelerate. The video now has 86,000 views. Olivia closes the laptop, stands, walks to the window. The city lights spread out below. Somewhere out there, Gregory Hayes is having a very different evening. She thinks about calling corporate, thinks about sending an email, thinks about waiting until morning. She decides to wait. Let him see the announcement first. Let him realize. Let him sit with it overnight. Tomorrow she'll have questions. She'll want answers. And she'll want access to records. But tonight, she lets the silence settle. Her phone buzzes again. Text from a colleague. Congrats on the promotion. Also, is that you in the video everyone's sharing? Olivia types back, yes. 3 dots appear, disappear, appear again. What are you going to do? Olivia stares at the question. Thinks about the 6 complaints she saw in the quarterly report, the pattern she noticed, the inconsistency in customer satisfaction scores. She types, my job. Sends it. Sets the phone face down on the counter. Tomorrow, everything changes. Gregory Hayes sees the email at 8:05 p.m. He's at home, tie loosened, shoes off, glass of wine in hand. His phone buzzes on the coffee table. He glances at it, sees the subject line, leadership announcement. He opens it without much interest. Probably another district manager shuffle, happens every few months. Then he sees the name, Olivia Sanders. He reads it once, twice, 3 times. Effective immediately, Olivia Sanders has been promoted to Regional Director, Northeast Territory. Below the text, a professional photo. Navy blazer, pearl earrings, confident smile. The same woman. His stomach drops. He sets the wine glass down, picks up his phone with both hands, reads the entire email again, scrolls to the list of stores under her oversight. Élite Boutique, Heritage Mall. His store. His phone buzzes. Text from William Anderson, his assistant manager. Did you see this? Another buzz. Different colleague. Is this the woman from today? He doesn't reply. Can't form words. He opens Twitter. The video is everywhere. 43,000 views now. Comments connecting dots in real time. That's the new regional director. He just kicked out his own boss. This is golden. Career ended in 52 seconds. Hayes closes Twitter, opens his email again, studies Olivia's photo, tries to reconcile the woman in the blazer with the woman in jeans and sneakers. the woman he dismissed as not suitable for his store. His phone rings. William. Hayes answers. Hayes. Yeah, did you know? William's voice is tight, nervous. No. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Silence on the line. Then, the video's gone viral. People are tagging the company. This is bad. I'm aware. Should we? I'll handle it. Hayes hangs up. He sits in the dark. The city lights filter through his apartment windows. His phone continues buzzing. Notifications piling up. He ignores them. He thinks about the interaction, replays it in his mind, what he said, how he said it, the assumptions he made. Are you sure you're in the right store? We have standards to maintain. I am the manager. Every word now evidence. Every gesture now captured on video. Every assumption now public record. He thinks about calling corporate, explaining his side. But what's his side? That he profiled a customer based on appearance? That he couldn't imagine someone in casual clothes belonging in his store? He thinks about the quarterly reviews coming up. His performance metrics. 8 years of solid numbers. Customer complaints, yes, there'd been some, but nothing serious. Nothing corporate acted on, until now. His phone buzzes again. This time an email from Thomas Bradley, VP of Operations. Subject, urgent, Heritage Mall incident. Hayes opens it. Gregory, I need you in my office first thing Wednesday morning. 8 a.m. sharp, do not contact media. Do not post on social media. Bring your assistant manager. This is non-negotiable. Hayes reads it 3 times. He pours another glass of wine. Doesn't drink it. Just holds it. Across the city, Olivia Sanders is preparing for tomorrow. She's organized her files, made notes, listed questions. She knows exactly what she'll ask for. Wednesday morning will arrive in 11 hours. By then, the video will have 200,000 views. Wednesday morning, 10 a.m., corporate headquarters. Olivia sits across from Sarah Mitchell in a windowless conference room. The walls are beige. The table is long. A single laptop sits between them. Sarah is 33, corporate HR investigator. She's been with Sterling Collective for 6 years. She's seen cases like this before, but never with a regional director as the complainant. I need to understand what happened, Olivia says. Her voice is calm, professional, and I need to know if it's happened before. Sarah nods. She's already pulled files. How far back do you want to go? As far as the records go. Sarah opens the laptop, types. A spreadsheet appears. Rows of data, complaint numbers, dates, names. I pulled everything for Élite Boutique, last 3 years. She turns the screen toward Olivia. 6 complaints, all flagged, all involving Gregory Hayes. Olivia leans forward, studies the entries. Can you get me the CCTV footage from yesterday? Already requested it. James Crawford in security is pulling it now. Training records? I have those. Sarah clicks to another tab. Annual diversity and inclusion training, required for all managers. Olivia scans the data. Her jaw tightens. He attended one session, January 2022, marked as complete every year since. Self-reported completion, Sarah says. No verification process. Olivia sits back, processes this. So he could just check a box? Yes. Silence. What about internal communications, emails, messages between staff? Sarah pauses. That would require a formal investigation, authorization from VP level. I'm authorizing it. Olivia, I'm not going after him personally. I'm looking for patterns. If this is systemic, I need to know. Sarah considers this. Nods. I'll submit the request. A knock on the door. James Crawford enters. 29. Security systems analyst. He's carrying a tablet and a hard drive. I have the footage. He sets the drive on the table, connects it to the laptop. The screen fills with black and white surveillance video. Timestamp in the corner. Tuesday, 1423. They watch in silence. 1423. Olivia enters frame, looks around, walks toward the handbag display. 1425. Hayes glances her direction. Continues what he's doing. 1426. Hayes says something to a sales associate. Both turn to watch Olivia. 1428. Hayes positions himself near the exit. Arms crossed. For 8 minutes, he tracks her. She doesn't touch a single item, just looks, browses, behaves exactly like any other customer. 1436. Hayes approaches. His body language is confrontational. Chin up, shoulders squared. The audio is faint but clear enough. Can I help you find something? Just browsing, thank you. Are you sure you're in the right store? Olivia's face remains neutral as she watches herself on screen. Sarah and James say nothing. 14:38. Security arrives. The confrontation escalates. 14:41. Olivia exits frame. James pauses the video. Want me to pull footage from earlier that day? Yes, entire day, all angles. He nods, makes a note. Sarah clicks back to the spreadsheet. These 6 complaints, do you want me to walk through them? Please? Case HC 2022-0234, March 2022. Customer Keisha Johnson, African-American female, mid-20s. Complaint states she was followed by staff, asked to open her shopping bag before exiting. She'd made a purchase, receipt in hand. White customers were not asked to do this. Sarah pauses. Outcome closed as customer misunderstanding of security procedures. Olivia writes this down. Case HC 2023-0456, June 2023. Customer Brandon Taylor, African-American male, early 30s. Complaint states he was accused of not being able to afford items, asked for ID before trying on a jacket. Manager involved, Gregory Hayes. Outcome? Closed as insufficient evidence. He said, she said, situation. He's a software engineer, Olivia says quietly. Why would that matter? It doesn't. Sarah's voice is flat. Next one, case HC 2023-0891, November 2023. Customer Patricia Davis, African-American female, early 30s. Purchased a handbag, returned the next day with defective zipper. Was asked if she broke it herself. Security was called when she requested to speak to a manager. Let me guess. Closed. Insufficient evidence. Olivia closes her eyes, takes a breath, opens them. 3 more. Sarah nods. All similar patterns. All dismissed. All mention Hayes by name. Why wasn't he flagged? Each case was reviewed individually. No one looked at them collectively. Until now. 6 complaints, 18 months, all dismissed. If you've ever filed a complaint that went nowhere, you know this frustration. Drop a comment. We're just getting to the receipts that matter. James speaks up. I found something else. He opens a file on the tablet. Text messages between Hayes and Anderson, pulled from the company's server. They use the corporate messaging system. He hands the tablet to Olivia. The messages are from May 2024. Hayes. Flag the ones who don't fit the look before they waste our time. Anderson. Got it. What if they actually buy? Hayes. They don't. Trust me. Another exchange. June. Anderson. New girl asked why we don't greet everyone the same. Hayes. Told her it's about reading the room, managing expectations. Olivia reads them twice. Hands the tablet to Sarah. He trained his staff to profile customers. Sarah's face is grim. This is documentation of intent. Can we get a full audit, all communications, all complaints, all training records? I'll start immediately. Olivia stands, walks to the window. The conference room overlooks the parking lot, cars coming and going, normal Wednesday morning for everyone else. What about the other stores? She asks. In my territory, have they had similar complaints? Sarah types, waits for data to load. 3 stores have flagged complaints involving racial profiling in the last 2 years. All were closed with similar language. Misunderstanding. Insufficient evidence. Customer service issue, not discrimination. How many total complaints? 14. Across 12 stores over 3 years. 14 people. 14 incidents, all dismissed. Olivia turns back to the room. I want every file, every video if available. Every piece of documentation. That's a massive review. Then we'd better start now. Sarah closes the laptop, stands. I'll coordinate with James. We'll have a preliminary report by Friday. Make it Thursday. Sarah nods, leaves. James unplugs the hard drive. For what it's worth, he says quietly, I'm glad you're doing this. I've worked security here for 4 years. Some of those complaints, I knew they were legitimate. But I'm not the one who makes final decisions. Now someone is. Olivia says. He nods, leaves. Olivia sits alone in the conference room, opens her laptop, starts building a timeline, March 2022 to present. 6 complaints at 1 store, 14 across the territory, patterns emerging. This isn't about one manager, it's about a system that allowed him to continue. Her phone buzzes. Text from Rebecca Turner. They'd connected the night before. Can we meet? I've been reviewing cases like yours. I think there's more here. Olivia replies, Tomorrow morning, my office. She gathers her files, heads toward the elevator. As the doors close, she catches her reflection in the polished metal. The woman who walked into Élite Boutique yesterday, the regional director who's about to change everything, same person, different context. That's always been the point. Thursday afternoon, Olivia receives an email from external counsel. Subject, legal representation for Gregory Hayes. She opens it. The sender, Marcus and Whitfield LLP, 3 pages, formal language, veiled threats throughout. My client, Gregory Hayes, has retained our services regarding recent allegations. Mr. Hayes acted in full accordance with Sterling Collective's theft prevention protocols. Any suggestion of discriminatory conduct is unfounded, defamatory, and constitutes retaliation for lawful employment actions. We demand immediate cessation of this investigation and formal retraction of any statement suggesting improper conduct. The letter continues. Legal action. Damages. Hostile work environment claim. Violation of employment rights. Olivia reads it twice. Forwards it to Sarah Mitchell, CC's legal counsel. Her phone rings within minutes. Thomas Bradley, VP of Operations. Olivia, we need to talk. About the letter? About optics. His voice is strained. This is becoming a public story. Media's calling. We're getting pressure. Good. Then people will know what's happening in our stores. Silence. Then, that's not, look, we need to think about the brand. Sterling Collective has a reputation to protect. So do the customers we've failed. I understand your position, but Hayes has been with us 8 years. Strong performance record. This is complicated. It's not complicated, it's documented. Olivia. His tone shifts, harder. You've been regional director for 72 hours. I'm asking you to consider the broader picture. We can resolve this internally, quietly. Hayes can be reassigned. We can implement training. We don't need this to become a legal battle. You mean sweep it under the rug? I mean handle it professionally. By protecting him? By protecting the company. The implication hangs between them, unspoken but clear. Push too hard, and her own position becomes vulnerable. I'm not dropping this, Olivia says. 6 complaints were dismissed, 14 across the territory. That's not one bad manager, that's system failure. Then we'll address the system, but litigation helps no one. Accountability helps everyone. Thomas exhales. Think about this carefully. Hayes has resources. He has a legal team. This could drag on for months, years. Is that really how you want to start your tenure? Yes. Silence. I'll schedule a meeting for Monday. HR, legal, both of us. We'll discuss next steps. He hangs up. Olivia sets her phone down, stares at it. Friday morning. A local business blog publishes a story. Trouble at Sterling Collective. New executive under fire for targeting employee. The framing is wrong, entirely wrong. It suggests Olivia is the aggressor, that she's using her position for personal vendetta. Anonymous sources, clearly from Hayes' camp, paint him as the victim. She had an unpleasant experience, and now she's weaponizing her authority to destroy a man's career. This is retaliation, plain and simple. The article includes quotes from former Sterling Collective employees who describe Hayes as dedicated and fair. No mention of the complaints, no mention of the video, no mention of the pattern. Olivia's phone explodes, emails, texts, calls. Some supportive, stay strong. We believe you. Don't back down. Others questioning, is this true? Are you sure about this? Maybe take some time to settle in before making waves. A few hostile. This is a witch hunt. You're ruining an innocent man. Check your agenda at the door. By noon, the story has been picked up by 3 other outlets, each one framing it slightly differently, but the narrative is shifting. Away from Hayes' conduct, toward Olivia's motives. She sits in her office, door closed, blinds drawn. Her assistant knocks. Rebecca Turner is here. Send her in. Rebecca enters, 45, sharp eyes, carrying a leather briefcase. She sits across from Olivia. You're getting hit hard, Rebecca says. This is standard playbook. Discredit the accuser, flip the narrative, make you the problem. I know. Question is, can you handle it? Olivia looks up. I don't have a choice. You do. You could settle. Take the reassignment Thomas is probably offering. Move on with your career. No one would blame you. I would. Rebecca nods, opens her briefcase, pulls out a folder. Then let's talk about building a case that can't be torn down. They spend 2 hours reviewing everything. CCTV footage, complaint records, text messages, training logs, timeline, pattern evidence. This is strong. Rebecca says. But we need more voices, the other complainants. If they're willing to come forward, it strengthens everything. I don't want to put them through that. It's not about what you want. It's about what stops this from happening again. Olivia looks out the window. The city sprawls below. Somewhere out there, 6 people who filed complaints and got nowhere. 14 people who were dismissed, ignored, told they misunderstood. I'll reach out, she says, carefully. Rebecca stands. Be prepared. This will get worse before it gets better. Hayes won't go quietly. Corporate will pressure you to settle. The media will keep digging. Your every move will be scrutinized. I know. And you're still doing this? Yes. Rebecca extends her hand. Olivia shakes it. Then let's make sure it counts. After Rebecca leaves, Olivia sits alone in her office. The city lights are starting to come on, evening settling in. She thinks about her mother, about being 16 and followed through stores, about all the time she was told to let it go, move on, don't make a scene. She thinks about walking away. Then she thinks about the 6 complaints. The pattern no one stopped. She opens her laptop, starts drafting an email to Keisha Johnson. Friday night. Olivia's apartment is quiet. She pours a glass of water, doesn't drink it, just holds it. On her phone, 43 unread messages. She doesn't open them. Instead, she thinks about the first time. She was 16, small mall in her hometown, different store, same pattern. Security followed her through 3 shops. Never said a word. Just present. Always 2 steps behind. Her mother noticed. Confronted them. Why are you following my daughter? Standard procedure, ma'am. For everyone? No answer. They filed a complaint. Got a form letter back. We take all concerns seriously. Our staff followed appropriate protocol. Nothing changed. Olivia learned that day. You can be right and still lose. She sets the glass down, walks to the window. The city below, lights stretching to the horizon. Somewhere out there, Gregory Hayes is preparing his defense. Thomas Bradley is calculating corporate risk. 14 people who filed complaints are watching this unfold, wondering if it will matter this time. Her phone buzzes. She ignores it. She thinks about Thomas Bradley's words. You've been regional director for 72 hours. He's right. She's new, untested in this role. She has no political capital built up. No history of success in this position to lean on. If she pushes this and loses, she's labeled. Difficult. Agenda-driven. Not a team player. If she settles, life gets easier. Hayes leaves quietly with a severance package. Corporate implements token training. She focuses on business metrics, sales growth, operational efficiency, the things that show up on performance reviews. The 6 complaints stay closed. The pattern continues, just quieter, more careful. Is it worth it? Her phone buzzes again. This time she looks. Message from a number she doesn't recognize. I saw the video. The same thing happened to me at that store last year. I didn't report it because I thought no one would believe me. I wish I had. Thank you for not staying silent. Another message, different number. My daughter experienced this at a different Sterling store. She's 15. She stopped wanting to shop anywhere after. She said she felt like a criminal for existing. Please don't give up. Olivia reads them, then reads them again. A third message appears. I'm the one who filed complaint HC 2023-0456, Brandon Taylor. I saw your name attached to the investigation request. If you're really looking into this, I want to help. I kept everything. She sits on the couch, reads all 3 messages one more time. These aren't abstract complaints in a database. These are people, real experiences, real harm. She thinks about settling, about the quiet life, the career path with no obstacles. Then she thinks about the next person who walks into Élite Boutique, the next person who gets followed, the next person who files a complaint that disappears into a closed case file. Stay with this. The next receipt changes everything. She opens her laptop, finds the draft email to Keisha Johnson, revises it, makes it personal, explains what she's trying to do, makes no promises except this. She's listening. She sends it. Then opens a new message to Brandon Taylor. I got your text. Yes, I'm investigating, and yes, I want your help. Can we talk Monday morning? She hits send before she can second-guess it. Opens another email to Patricia Davis. One by one, she reaches out. By midnight, she's contacted all 6 complainants from Élite Boutique. 3 have responded, all willing to talk. Olivia closes the laptop, stands, breathes. Tomorrow she'll keep going. Monday she'll face Thomas Bradley. Tuesday, she'll meet with Rebecca Turner and build a case that can't be dismantled, but tonight she allows herself to feel it. The weight, the doubt, the very real possibility that this could cost her everything she's worked for. She picks up her phone, opens the draft email to Rebecca Turner, types, 3 witnesses confirmed for Monday. Brandon Taylor has documentation. We're building something real. Sends it. Sets the phone down. Tomorrow, 3 more people will reach out. Monday morning. Olivia meets Rebecca Turner at a coffee shop 3 blocks from corporate headquarters. I've reviewed what you sent over the weekend, Rebecca says. This isn't just one incident anymore. It's a pattern with corroboration. Can you prove that? You already are. Rebecca opens her briefcase, pulls out a legal pad covered in notes. Brandon Taylor, software engineer, conference in town, walked into Élite Boutique wearing a hoodie and jeans, same treatment as you. He documented everything. I'm meeting him this afternoon. Good. He's your strongest witness, tech professional, detail-oriented. He took photos of the store layout, kept his receipt, noted the time he was approached versus how long other customers browsed undisturbed. Olivia sips her coffee, says nothing. Keisha Johnson responded to your email, Rebecca continues. She's willing to provide testimony. She filed complaint HC 2000-220234. She actually made a purchase that day, $2,000 handbag. Still got followed to the exit and asked to open her shopping bag. White customers weren't asked. Correct. Security footage from that day should still exist. James is pulling archived footage, 3 years back. Rebecca makes a note. Patricia Davis also wants to help. She bought a defective handbag. When she returned to exchange it, Hayes asked if she broke it herself. She has the original receipt, the defective bag, and a witness. The sales associate who served her felt uncomfortable but didn't speak up. That's 3 solid witnesses. It's a start. Rebecca sets down her pen. But we need more than individual stories. We need to show corporate negligence, that they knew or should have known about Hayes's pattern and did nothing. The training records show that. It helps. But we need proof that complaints reached people who could act, that decisions were made to close cases despite evidence. Sarah Mitchell is compiling that now. Rebecca nods. There's something else. Local NAACP chapter reached out to me. They've been tracking retail discrimination cases. They want to support this. How? Media coordination, community pressure. If corporate tries to bury this, they'll amplify it. They can also connect you with other victims across different stores. Build a bigger picture. Olivia considers this. That makes it public. Corporate will see it as escalation. Corporate already sees this as escalation. Question is whether you want allies when the pushback comes. Olivia thinks about Thomas Bradley's warning, about Hayes' legal team, about the stories already being planted in media. Yes, she says. I want allies. That afternoon, Brandon Taylor sits across from Olivia in her office. He's 34, calm, precise in his speech. I kept everything, he says. He opens a folder, pulls out printed photos, time-stamped. This is me entering at 2:15. This is Hayes watching me from across the store. This is 12 minutes later when he approached. What did he say? Asked if I needed help. I said no. He asked if I was looking for something specific. I said I was browsing. He said, and I'm quoting, "Our items are quite expensive. I want to make sure you're in the right place." You documented this? I opened a voice memo on my phone, recorded the rest of the interaction. Olivia looks at him. You have audio? 43 seconds, time-stamped, geotagged. He didn't know I was recording. That's legal in this state? One-party consent, yes. Rebecca, who's sitting in on the meeting, leans forward. Can we hear it? Brandon plays the recording. Hayes' voice comes through clearly. The condescension, the dismissiveness, the assumption. When it ends, the office is silent. This changes everything, Rebecca says quietly. Olivia looks at Brandon. Why didn't you include this in your original complaint? I did. HR said it wasn't relevant because no transaction occurred. Case closed. Rebecca and Olivia exchange looks. Not anymore, Olivia says. Tuesday morning. Rebecca slides a folder across Olivia's desk. Elite Concierge Services, personal shopping company, high-end clientele. They partner with luxury retailers. I'm familiar with them, Olivia says. We have a corporate partnership. Gregory Hayes has a private arrangement with them. Olivia opens the folder. Bank statements. Highlighted entries in yellow. October 2023, $950. November, $1,100. December, $1,200 every month for 2 years. Deposits from Elite Concierge Services, LLC. What am I looking at? Kickbacks, Rebecca says. Elite Concierge pays store managers commission for qualified client referrals. High net worth individuals likely to spend over $5,000 per visit. Olivia studies the statements. The amounts vary but appear consistently. Sometimes $800, sometimes $1,300, always from the same source. How is this legal? It's not without disclosure. Sterling Collective's employee handbook explicitly prohibits managers from receiving compensation from vendors. It's conflict of interest, breach of fiduciary duty. How did you find this? Forensic accountant. I had him run Hayes's financials, public records, bank transactions. This pattern showed up immediately. Olivia flips through more pages. 2 years of deposits. How much total? Approximately $28,000. Rebecca pulls out another document. Here's the referral contract between Elite Concierge and participating managers. Quote, $150 per qualified referral resulting in completed transaction over $5,000. Qualified how? That's where it gets interesting. Rebecca opens her laptop, pulls up a spreadsheet. I subpoenaed Hayes's referral log through discovery request. 48 referrals over 2 years. She turns the screen toward Olivia. Demographics breakdown: 44 white, 3 Asian, 1 Middle Eastern, 0 black, 0 Latino. Olivia stares at the numbers. Average spend per referral, $6,800. Hayes earned roughly $28,000 in kickbacks over 24 months. He profited from discrimination. Yes, he had financial incentive to keep certain customers out, because if they didn't look wealthy, according to his definition, they couldn't be referred. No referral, no commission. Olivia sits back, processes this. It's not just bias, it's fraud. And corporate negligence if they knew about these payments. Do they? That's what we need to find out. Rebecca closes the laptop. Elite Concierge Services is registered in Delaware. Owner is Richard Morrison. I called him yesterday, posed as a potential client, asked about the referral program. And he confirmed it exists. Said several Sterling Collective managers participate, called it a mutually beneficial partnership. So corporate either knows and approved it or they don't know and failed to monitor it. Exactly. Either way, they're exposed. Olivia stands, walks to the window. $28,000, 48 referrals, 0 customers of color. The pattern isn't just discriminatory, it's profitable. This is what we present to Thomas Bradley, she says. This is what makes settlement impossible. This is what makes litigation inevitable, Rebecca corrects. Once this comes out, Hayes won't just be terminated. He'll be investigated for fraud. Sterling Collective will be investigated for enabling it. Elite Concierge Services will be investigated for facilitating it. Good. Rebecca gathers the documents. I'm filing a formal complaint with the State Labor Board. Discrimination based on race, financial fraud, corporate negligence. This is beyond HR now. This is regulatory. Olivia turns from the window. When? Thursday. I want to give corporate one chance to act first. If they don't, we escalate. They won't act. Then Thursday it is. Rebecca stands, pauses at the door. Olivia, once we file, there's no walking this back. Your career at Sterling Collective becomes complicated, maybe impossible. Are you prepared for that? Olivia doesn't hesitate. Yes. Why? Because $28,000 means 28,000 reasons Hayes had to keep people who look like me out of his store, and no one stopped him. Rebecca nods. Then let's end this. Thursday. Corporate headquarters. Conference room 4B. 10 people at the table. Thomas Bradley, Sarah Mitchell, corporate legal counsel, 3 board members, Rebecca Turner, Olivia Sanders, Gregory Hayes and his attorney. The room is silent except for the air conditioning humming overhead. Olivia begins. On Tuesday, September 17th at 2:23 p.m., I entered Élite Boutique, Heritage Mall. Her voice is steady, professional. I was escorted out at 2:41, 18 minutes. She clicks through a presentation on the screen. CCTV stills, timestamps. At 2:28, manager Gregory Hayes began tracking my movements. At 2:34, he approached me, asked if I was in the right store. At 2:38, security was called. She pauses, looks directly at Hayes. He doesn't meet her eyes. This is not an isolated incident. Next slide. 6 complaints, names, dates, outcomes. 6 complaints filed against Mr. Hayes between March 2022 and September 2024. All involved customers of color. All closed by HR as insufficient evidence or customer misunderstanding. One board member leans forward, takes notes. Next slide, text messages. May 2024 quote, "Flag the ones who don't fit the look before they waste our time." Gregory Hayes to William Anderson. The room shifts. Someone clears their throat. Next slide, training records. Sterling Collective requires annual diversity training. Mr. Hayes attended 1 session in 3 years. Marked complete each year through self-reporting. No verification. Next slide, bank statements. Over 2 years, Mr. Hayes received $28,000 from Elite Concierge Services. Payments for client referrals, 48 referrals, 0 customers of color. She lets that sit. Silence. He had financial incentive to discriminate. The board chair, Margaret Wilson, speaks. Mr. Hayes, do you wish to respond? Hayes' attorney stands, reads from prepared statement. My client maintains he acted in accordance with store security protocols. Customer safety is paramount in retail environments. Judgment calls are necessary. Mr. Hayes has 8 years of exemplary service. This investigation constitutes retaliation for... Counselor, Margaret interrupts. Does your client dispute the financial records? The attorney pauses. The referral program is, does he dispute receiving $28,000 without disclosure? The program was known to certain management? Does he dispute that 0 customers of color were referred despite diverse foot traffic? Silence. Margaret turns to Hayes. Mr. Hayes, I'd like to hear from you directly. Can you explain the referral demographics? Hayes clears his throat. I referred customers I believed would be satisfied with our premium services. Based on what criteria? Experience, professional judgment. Can you explain this footage? Margaret nods to the screen. New slide. CCTV from the same day Olivia visited. Timestamp, 11:48 a.m. 2 white customers, both in jeans and t-shirts, one carrying a backpack. They browse for 12 minutes. No one approaches. No one watches. No security called. These customers dress casually, similar to Miss Sanders. Why were they not questioned? Hayes opens his mouth, closes it. I don't recall those specific customers, but you recall Miss Sanders? Silence. Mr. Hayes, were those customers referred to Elite Concierge Services? I don't remember. Margaret looks at the board members. I've seen enough. She turns to Olivia. Thank you for bringing this forward. This meeting is adjourned. Mr. Hayes, please remain. Everyone else is excused. Outside the conference room, Rebecca touches Olivia's arm. That's checkmate. Olivia says nothing, just breathes. 20 minutes later, Thomas Bradley emerges, approaches Olivia. Effective immediately, Gregory Hayes is terminated for cause. We're launching a full audit of all stores. Policy changes are being drafted. The board wants to meet with you Monday about reform initiatives. Olivia nods. I owe you an apology. Thomas says quietly. I should have listened. She doesn't respond, turns, walks toward the elevator. Inside, alone, she closes her eyes. It's done. 3 weeks later, Sterling Collective announces new policies, press release, media coverage, mandatory quarterly bias training, independent review board for all customer complaints, zero tolerance policy for discriminatory conduct, third-party audits across all locations. It's progress, not perfection. Gregory Hayes' termination is public record. His attorney's threatened lawsuit never materialized. The evidence was too strong. He won't work in luxury retail again. Elite Concierge Services terminated its referral program. Richard Morrison issued a statement. We regret any unintended consequences and are reviewing all vendor relationships. The 6 complainants, Keisha, Brandon, Patricia, and 3 others, received formal apologies. Sterling Collective offered settlements, some accepted, others declined, choosing instead to be part of ongoing reform efforts. Olivia released a statement through corporate communications. Dignity is not negotiable. Accountability doesn't stop at the door. This case was never about one person. It was about a system that allowed harm to continue. Change happens when we document, when we speak up, when we refuse to stay silent. This story is one store, one manager, one day. But the pattern is everywhere, the receipts are everywhere, and now you know where to look. If this resonated, hit subscribe. Share your story in the comments. Have you experienced something similar? Because when we document, when we speak up, when we stack receipts, change becomes inevitable. They saw a threat, she saw an opportunity, and she took it. Thanks for staying until the end.